Hi you guys, it's Mrs. Behrens. We're continuing on with your November Number Corner calendar catch-up lesson for Wednesday, November 25th. This video will walk you through entering your November number calendar entries for November 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Let's start with the 23rd. I noticed that there are a lot of coins in this picture. I noticed that there are 2 quarters. Each of those is worth 25 cents. Remember the decimal. There are 2 nickels, each worth 5 cents, and 2 dimes, each worth 10 cents. When I add all of these together, I get 80 cents. So when I go to enter my my money value for November 23rd, I will write $0.80. Now let's move to the fraction format of that value. When I write 80 cents as 0.80, that tells me, by looking at this 0, which is in the hundredths place, that this value is the same as 80 hundredths. This is how I write 80 hundredths in the fraction format. So I will write 80 hundredths. Another way that I can write this fraction is 8 tenths. I know that 80 hundredths is equal to 8 tenths. Now let's move to the decimal format. I've actually already written my decimal format right here. 0.80, that's 80 hundredths. I can also write that decimal as 0.88 tenths, and those are the same value. If I want to write 0.80 as a percentage, I find that decimal point, I move it 2 spots to the right, and I end up with 80%. Record these numbers in your table, and then we will move on to November 24th. All right, looking at the picture for November 24th, I know from the last days that I have used this shape that this large square has a total of 100 small squares in it. I also know that each of these rows is 10 squares. And if I count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I see that I have 8 rows. 8 out of the 10 total rows are colored in. Each row has 10 squares in it, and that means that there are 80 small squares out of 100 total squares colored in. These are my 2 fractions that I can write for November 24th. 80 hundredths or 8 tenths. You may notice that these 2 fractions are the same as we had for November 23rd, and that means that our money value will also be, money format will also be the same value, 80 cents, and our decimal format will be the same, 80 hundredths or 8 tenths, and our percentage is also the same, 80%. Record those formats for November 24th, then we will look at November 25th. I noticed that in this picture there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles total, and 4 of them are colored in. This is one of the fractions that I can write for this value, 4/5. At first glance, 4/5 does not seem to match 8/10 or 80/100. However, there is a connection here, and let me show you. If I were to split each of these triangles in two, like that, I would end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 triangles total. And when I count how many are colored in, I notice that there are 8 colored in. That means that 4/5 is equal to 8/10. We can also write 8/10 as one of our fractions for November 25th. Knowing that 8/10 is a fraction format for all three of these values, that tells me that my money format, my decimal format, and my percentage format are going to be the same. 80 cents, 0.8 or 0.80, and 80%. Record these in your entries for November 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and submit a picture to Schoology.